FWC is a non-profit organization. It got established in February 2019. It is headquartered in Chennai. This was founded by C.K. Ashok Kumar for the purpose of encouraging entrepreneurship in India and raising it to the global standard. We bring together entrepreneurs, business leaders, and thought leaders to create a community of to thrive, the complete ecosystem to thrive. We are building this community, this FWC. We have got 3-4 verticals. One is Elite, which is purposefully meant only for networking and connecting with thought leaders. This happens every Saturday. It is divided into 2 sessions. One is a presentation and transactions, which happens on first and second Saturday. Third and fourth Saturday is introducing Elite successful and aspirational leaders who share their journey with us, and we are also connecting them. Few people really wanted to be there, and connect. We also, after the meeting, we asked their permission, and if you really wanted to connect to them, we'll make ways for it. This is the second session of the Elite meeting, and there are 2 kinds of membership to join in FWC. One is classic, you pay 100 rupees, be part of our group, and there is a B2B portal developed by Mr. Balamurugan. You can use the platform to introduce your products. Second is gold membership, which is like 6,000 rupees. You can go pay online. You can be the part of it. 3-4 benefits joining as a gold membership. One is you can be part of Elite group. There is an Agri Mantra, which is for agriculture. Third one is we have a power team where net worth of 100 crores rupees and and above. We have formed a team. They will be helping us in giving transactions and mentorship to the team. That's the third benefit. And fourth benefit is there are 3-4 verticals across. You can be part of it, and we are also forming our global chapters. It's on the way. By December 1st week, we should be having minimum 7 global chapters. We are forming on the working on the leadership things. And today it is being the network leadership business pro meeting. We invited Ms. Hemalata ma'am. Ma'am, good morning again.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. And just wanted to share a few words about her. Electric vehicles, where we don't even think of getting into that field. It's a very, very niche area, very technical area. Ma'am, being a woman, I'm very proud to be connected on this spectrum, ma'am. Second thing is countries like China, they are doing very successful in making these electrical vehicles. But in India, the awareness was so less 10-15 years back. She got into this venture and she tried her best. She learned a lot. She got the ideas how to work to match the Indian mindset. She was one of the successful person who sold around 30,000 vehicles in 2015. I think you can go for that slide, Sandhya. Ma'am's slide. They did a lot of research and delivered, the 30,000 vehicles in 2015. And I learned about her in 2015 when I saw an article about Ratan Tata, how she met, a Tata person, very inspiring. I know about her from 2015. I started following her from 2015. I visited all her YouTube videos, and just a short profile about her. She is born in Salem. Her father is a professor, mother is a teacher. She did her BE from GCT. She feels the best part is when she was with the parents, she learned what is freedom. What, she can think without any restrictions. In few interviews, she claims that's her best part in her life. And she did her MBA in Royal Melbourne University. And she started experiences. She'll be sharing with us the experiences, the challenges she faced, the clients, the banks, how she fought to come back and all. Ma'am, this is, thanks again for joining us. It's a great honor for having you here. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. CK, Vidya of First World Community for giving me this opportunity. It's such a pleasure to spend the Saturday morning with all of you. Happy morning. Um, CK was calling me for some time, and I was very stuck with a lot of other things that I have initiated, so I could not respond to him on time. And then when Vidya called me and saying that this we wanted to talk to, I said that I'll just make some time. It's very nice. Always entrepreneurs come together and always talk about what's important for us, and it's always good to have a network of people where we can exchange ideas. So in that sense, I think it's very nice that you have an association that's actually trying to get people from all over the world and then contribute to something very tangible, something useful for all of us. Yeah, congratulations on that. So what I will do today is that my voice is audible, everything is clear.
Yes, ma'am, it's very
Okay.
clear.
Okay, fine. What I will do today is that I will talk for some 20-30 minutes and then perhaps take questions for 15 minutes. And I will make certain assumptions before I talk. I was told that most of the entrepreneurs here in this group are late stage entrepreneurs. So I will focus on largely how I scaled the venture, how I built a team, and focus on the many challenges that I went through. So just a 2-minute introduction about myself that I'll do, after which I will focus on uh, why I plunged into manufacturing, because manufacturing is not a preferred sector for many people. Why I plunged into manufacturing, and what are the challenges as we scaled, how did we overcome the mistakes that I made and learnings from that, and of course why I exited this venture, and then what I'm going to do next. Yeah. So with that, I think I will also use some practical own use cases, because I always talk only what is in my experience. I just don't talk generic stuff because I don't think it makes sense for me personally. So what is in my experience, what I have learned out of the experience is what I will be targeting and focusing today. Yeah. So it is a very like Vidya pointed out, I was born in Salem, raised in Chennai, college in Coimbatore, and then corporate animal in Wipro Bangalore, post which masters from Australia, and then an entrepreneur, a corporate animal back in Singapore for two years, and then I became an entrepreneur in Singapore. That's how I started my path and journey. And then certainly no regrets, no what do you call feelings of why did I want to come to do this at all at any point of time in my life, because it's a conscious decision. And I came into entrepreneurship largely because I wanted freedom into what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do, and the way that I wanted to create something of my own. So that was the key thing. Freedom is very empowering. Freedom is very, it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes we can misuse freedom. Sometimes freedom is a lot of responsibility also. So if you take the responsibility, responsibility is always taken, not given, right? So if you take the responsibility, you sure can do many things what you wanted to do. So I will focus on why I plunged into manufacturing. Okay. Before I get into this, I wanted to tell you that certain things are very given in the business. For example, how we conduct ourselves, truth, integrity, honesty, credibility of who you are as a person is given. Okay. I mean, in that there is no negotiation. It's all non-negotiable, right? With that foundation, with that base, I will now go back to say that why I plunged into manufacturing, because I was largely coming from services background. When I say services background, my first job was Wipro. After that, I started 2-3 ventures. Everything was in services. Okay, software services, work for American was, East Coast, West Coast was, and beyond the point, it was sometimes very suffocating, very painful. I mean, doing the same thing. So I was contemplating as to why can't we get into doing something in products. That was the first thought that I came. And then as the thought came into getting into products, and that's when my husband suggested that why don't you get into products doing an e-bike. He was in a conference in Japan, and then and he was the previous speaker. He was a speaker, and the previous speaker said that the era of IC engine is going to go away. Okay, I didn't not even know what is IC engine. Of course, I'm an engineer. I know that IC stands for internal combustion engine, but I didn't know that something called electric bike exists at all. Okay, so we moved into focusing on the electric scooter, the electric, making a product. Actually, that's how I came into manufacturing. And why product? Because I want to do 3 things at one go. Not many entrepreneurs will dare to do this. I wanted to get into product, I want to build a brand, and I wanted to understand how consumerism happens in a country like India. So these were the three things that I took at one go, which many people will not do. I did it because I thought that you're very young, you have the energy. I mean, if you don't try, somebody else will try. Might as well you try and then learn it and get the first-hand experience. Okay, so that's why I came into manufacturing, and manufacturing was very, very challenging because when I relocated to Coimbatore with two suitcases, with my two kids, my husband, and all that, we know none. We don't know anybody. But retrospectively, if I think through, that was the best decision that I took in my life, because normally when you want to plunge into something, you talk to multiple people, you get influenced and all that, right? So I went there and then we started, right? So the business kind of initial with a lot of hiccups, we kind of ensured that the business was very viable, because from my experience, personal experience, for any business to be viable itself takes about 3 years. Okay, and further it takes another 3 years to sustain whatever that viability that you have established, right? And then the third part is that viability is there, sustain is there, and how do you scale it? These are the very fundamental principles of any business. So I am sure that all the audiences who are there here in this session will be mostly late stage entrepreneurs. So you guys will be in a sustainability, and you've already crossed sustainability, and you perhaps will be doing scalability right now. So these three phases are sometimes, so paramount, and we'll have to sometimes always go back into the fundamentals. This also applies because I've seen very, very successful companies get into, doing the product very well, and then suddenly they go into, doing something different, and then they've lost it all. Okay. So it is very important that whatever is the core focus of the company, be there for some time until you become a formidable force in the industry to be able to try the other things. Okay. And then I would like to share that also from my own experience of the challenges that we faced in the business as we scaled. When you're scaling, there are two or three things that's very, very paramount and important. Okay. Now, I come from a very, very normal middle class family. My father is a professor, mother is a teacher. So there is no entrepreneurs in our family, except that I got married into a family where my husband was an entrepreneur. So that's all was my learning. Okay, so nothing great. I didn't go to a very elite B school or anything like that. I went to a normal B school to just learn the fundamentals of the so-called the business management and all that. So the more I, see, and the more I see, I sometimes feel that education and entrepreneurship may be, in my experience, maybe not related at all. That's my personal experience. I think if you want to do something, and if you have the wherewithal to do that, I think it's absolutely possible. And the reason why I say so emphatically is that even in my own factory that I built, I took people which completely, I didn't even hire people with a JD, with a job description. I hired people from my gut. I hired people from what they can contribute and all that. Okay. So it was a very interesting thing, that what I figured it out at the 10, 12 years of me building Ampere Vehicles. And one of the biggest challenges as I move into the challenges, what typically entrepreneurs face as we scale, is that first of all, sales and cash flow management, right? Now, I definitely feel that until you be over 100 crores or whatever crores, the sales and the cash flow management must be under the radar of the CEO at all times. Okay, that's my personal learning. And I find that, because there are people, however you trust, etc., people will come and work for you. Even if you have a partner, who has a minority stake and that he's kind of supporting and all that, you are still the majority owner. So very well own it to be able to completely ensure that, that sales and cash flow is very important. Because if it is not managed, it is going to be such a challenge. I'll give you an example that I faced. Okay. Because in our own journey, the product was new, the technology was new, the concept was new. There are a lot of myths about electric bikes. Electric bikes is not made in India. Components are imported from China. It cannot, carry on. It cannot run smoothly on Indian roads. Two people cannot go in electric scooter, and then it will fail when it rains. You can't carry a lot of load. You can't go on gradients, on slopes. Okay, so a lot of myths. So imagine if you're actually starting a venture when the entire community is new, right? And the government policies are not settled. And then where you are trying to create a market, how tough it can be. Market creation, for an entrepreneur is one of the toughest things, that I've experienced. Okay. which I have gone through the grind, and I can very proudly say that me and my team were similarly focused on ensuring that we do that with poise, with grace, and ensure that the communities that we also develop along with us also grow along with us, right? Because I still remember, because the moment I started this as a commercial venture, and I wanted to ensure that overnight I thought 3 years I will be the next TV, as I say. That's how entrepreneurs are, because you always want to dream a big dream, right? But then I realized that once I went into it, I said that I happened to have the factory in Sulur, which is about 20 kilometers from Coimbatore, and then we actually completely moved to hire a lot of women in the factory. Okay, when a lot of women came to the factory, one thing I visibly could notice is that they were very, very happy. Okay, and they saw this as an opportunity in their life that they could prove something, because most of the workers at that point of time were retrenched textile mill workers. Okay, they were all at home. Some of them cannot go and all that. So when I went and wanted to attract them, said, "Oh no, madam, automotive, we cannot come and work for you because it's very challenging. No, 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 my mother-in-law will not accept," and all that. And then sometimes, I just went to door. I said that we're starting a factory here. And then I wanted a lot of women workers to please send your ladies to the factory. And then they said that I am there. Okay, I will ensure that your women of your house is very safe with me. Okay. Once that safety and that guarantee is given to them, many things fell in place. And I found that the moment I added one job, the joy that we got to be able to, ensure, because if I add one job, all we need to do is only sell 30 scooters every month. Simple as that. Okay. So instead of looking at this as really a commercial for-profit venture, I really saw this as a social opportunity where the more jobs I could create, the more societal impact that the venture was creating automatically. Okay, so the product was very, very appealing. Capex is 25% cheaper than gasoline bikes. Running cost is 1/10 of petrol. Okay, and all was needed was a very quality battery and then a quality product, right? So when all this was there, why can't we scale? That was the thing that was bothering me. So the moment we kind of understood the myth, and then when I understood that the more jobs, if I focus on job creation, many things fell in place. So when my goal shifted from, the concept of, once I understand that, yes, of course, I've taken investors' money, I need to give return on investment, that's all there. But my goal slightly internally shifted to, job creation, everything fell in place. I think it was like a divine opportunity. Okay. And I really feel that when you're scaling, the fundamentals have to be strong. Okay, you can't create something without a very, very robust team. So I'm so happy that the initial 50 members that were with me when I started Ampere are still there, and then they're doing a fabulous job. And I just wanted to ensure that those are the building blocks that will actually can be cemented very well if the founding leader is kind of very engaging and connects the team in a fantastic manner. Okay. So I was talking about challenges. One challenge is, of course, the sales and marketing. So sales and marketing is going to be paramount, because any product you do, any services you do, okay, the business got to make money. There's no difference about it. Whether it's social venture, for-profit venture, or it's a product, whatever be the case, a venture has to make money. Otherwise, no point making a venture. Otherwise, you just go, join an NGO and then give your time and then volunteer that. And that will be better, right? So for us, we are very, very clear that we had this one, and that's how there was very, very trying times, because 2011-12 we had multiple challenges. Okay, multiple challenges because. In 11 and 12, the government were giving subsidy for electric scooters, and the subsidy was withdrawn. Tamil Nadu had 16-hour power cut. Okay, and our batteries, which we got from a local leading brand from India, failed us miserably. Okay, 3 problems all at one go. Okay, any person with a lot of common sense would say that, oh my God, this is just too much. Okay, let me just close the company and say that, oh, I've saved losses for the company. But I didn't do that. I said that
I think we lost her, right? Okay. Is it we lost her?
Yes, some connectivity hiccup.
Yeah, sorry. I think,
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I lost, I think. Yeah. So the moment the thought process.
Sorry for the interruption, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like, I've got 2 requests. Few points, very important points. Can you repeat in Tamil?
Oh,
Very
Tamil,
important
yeah.
points. Illa, ma'am. Or 4-5 பேர் என்னை இதுவரைக்கும் கேட்டாங்க. Important points, because most of them, or 10 people, they doesn't know Tamil. Important points மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் 2 line
Okay.
தமிழ்ல.
சரி.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
sure,
Thank you.
no problem, no problem. So நான் தமிழ்லயே சொல்றேன். Okay, no problem. இந்த 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 2011-12 நாங்க வந்து பிசினஸ் பண்றப்ப எங்களுக்கு ஒரு 3 சேலஞ்ச் இருந்தது. கவர்மெண்ட் வந்து மானியம் கொடுத்திருந்தாங்க. மானியம் வந்து சடனா வந்து they withdrew the subsidy. And then தமிழ்நாடுல we had the 16-hour power cut, right? And then also battery போட்டிருந்த ஒரு வண்டியில அந்த பேட்டரி எல்லாமே வந்து ஒரு பெரிய மேனுஃபேக்சர் வந்து பேட்டரி ஃபெயில் ஆச்சு. So many issues, right? Because we want to scale, because we were steadily growing, okay? First year 16 lakhs, 3 crore, okay, 6 crore, 10 crore, 12 crore. The revenue was just scaling, okay? And suddenly when the revenue was scaling, revenue வளர்ந்துட்டே இருக்கு, but suddenly இந்த 3 ப்ராப்ளம் ஒண்ணா வந்திருக்கு. So இந்த 3 ப்ராப்ளம் ஒண்ணா வரப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும், நம்ம systematically one by one எப்படி சால்வ் பண்றதுன்னு தான் பார்க்கணும். So for the learning that I have is that whenever problems mar the entrepreneurs, right, I think that it will be better that we focus on what is that immediately the priority problem that you want to solve. You cannot look at the future and then be fearful. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to manage. And the thought process will not help. What is the very 3-4 challenge? What is very important, okay? So what we focused on, we said that, okay, now whatever be the case, Tamil Nadu power cut is there, can I do anything? I'm not the minister, I can't do anything. Subsidies withdrawn, is it under my control? It is not under my control, it is under the government's control, right? But battery problem is under my control, right? So I took the battery problem and then I ensured that we kind of work, and then we devised something very intelligently. ஒரு அல்காரிதம் டிசைன் பண்ண, எப்படி வந்து பேட்டரி வந்து ஒரு பேட்டரி நல்லா இல்லைன்னா அதை எப்படி ரிவைவ் பண்ணி கொண்டு வரணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு நாங்க வந்து we revived the battery, get back and got the life back and all that. ஒரு டெக்னாலஜி புரட்சியே நாங்க பண்ணோம். அது பண்ணிட்டு பார்த்த பிறகுதான் எங்களுக்கு வந்து அதை கிராஜுவலா ஓவர் கம் பண்ணி எல்லாமே வந்து லீனா பண்ணோம். நாங்க ஃப்ரூகலா, we did everything very frugally, because what happens is that the moment you raise bank loan or we raise investor money, நம்மளுக்கு லிட்டில் பிட் கொஞ்சம் ஒரு தில்லு வந்துடும், கொஞ்சம் செலவு பண்ணலாமே அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஓகே, அதெல்லாம் நம்ம கொஞ்சம் அடக்கி வாசிக்கணும், கேர்ஃபுல்லா ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணணும். ஓகே, நம்ம கிட்ட okay, if you have 1,000 rupees, you should spend 1,000 rupees as though it's going to be 10,000 rupees value. Okay, you have to be absolutely careful on every penny. In the first 10 years of business la complete careful நம்ம ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணாதான் நம்ம வந்து வெஞ்சர் வந்து ஸ்கேல் பண்ண முடியும். Because if you're not able to focus in a very systematic manner and on the sales and cash flow, it is going to be very important. Okay, இதுல இன்னொரு ஒரு பெரிய மிஸ்டேக் நான் பண்ணது என்னன்னா, I didn't have a proper finance person. Okay, because எனக்கு அக்கவுண்ட்ஸ்க்கும் ஃபினான்ஸ்க்குமே டிஃபரன்ஸ் தெரியல, ரைட்டா? accounts clerical bookkeeping தான் பண்ணுவாங்க. Finance person will understand where the cost is, where the money is stuck, என்னென்ன what is the sales rotation, உங்களோட product selling to product buying and everything, what is the turnover, sales turnover, and he will go and understand what is the bank interest, he will understand the valuation of the company. So it's much different. Okay, so அது வந்து I did a mistake for almost 3-4 years. அதுல தான் வந்து we did lot of blunders. So அந்த blunders நாங்க கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா நம்ம ஓவர்கம் பண்ணோம். Okay, so அது வந்து ஒரு challenge in terms of sales and cash flows and money management, very very important when there are issues. The other thing is, of course, internally the team building aspect is very important. Okay, நம்ம வந்து from my experience, at whatever stage of the business are you, I think 15% of the promoter's time has to go into identifying talent. Okay, which means wherever you go, உங்க பிசினஸ்க்கு உங்க ஆட்டிடியூடுக்கு கல்ச்சருக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி தோதா ஆள் கிடைப்பாங்களான்னு பார்த்து அதை எடுத்து அவங்கள ட்ரெயின் பண்ணி உங்க கீழே நீங்க வைக்கிறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம். ஏன்னா அந்த டீம் இல்லைன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், நீங்க ஸ்கேல் பண்றதுல பிரயோஜனமே இருக்காது. You will not be able to do very well at all, because with some of my team அவங்கள ஒரு லுக்கு கொடுத்தாலே அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும் நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னு அவங்களுக்கு தெரியும். அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம கொண்டு வரணும். அது வந்து ஒரு மேரேஜ், ரைட்டா? It's like a marriage, where the husband and wife has to have an exemplary relationship. அப்பதான் குடும்பம் நல்லா நடக்கும் இல்லையா? So the same thing happens here for the business also. So that's very important. And then the other challenge also, getting the right set of investors, because if you get because when I scale the money, of course, for the first about 3-4 years I just had a bank, the normal cash credit from the bank. அது கூட எனக்கு தெரியல அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபெசிலிட்டி கவர்மெண்ட்ல CGT MSC ஸ்கீம் இருக்கு, where the scheme actually helps you to give a collateral free loan for 1-2 crore இருக்குங்கிறது கூட எனக்கு தெரியாது, right? So I went and leveraged the bank, and I always work with nationalized banks, and then I leveraged it and I got the loan. Okay, once I got the loan, many things fell in place. Okay, in that sense. Okay, so and then that became the seed, because once the core is done, and then it's only then the next. So I got the right set of investors. My first investor, in fact, was Forum Synergies Bangalore. I owe a lot to them. They were very enabling entrepreneurs kind of a company. Okay, they were not here to kind of கொடுங்க உங்களுக்கு ஒரு 5 கோடி கொடுங்க, 5 கோடி கொடுத்து அவங்க 50% கம்பெனி வாங்குங்க, ரைட்? அந்த மாதிரி ஆட்டிடியூட்ல இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ் இல்ல. They all came very systematically, gave me a small money, took a small stake, and they wanted to support me to scale the venture. So I was actually quite lucky. And then, of course, like Vidya mentioned, I met Ratan Tata in a thing, and then he kind of gave his commitment. அது வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸா இருந்தது. எனக்கு குட்டு பட்டாலும் மோதிர கையில குட்டு பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லுவாங்களா, அந்த மாதிரி அவர் கையில இருந்து ஒரு குட்டு வாங்கினது எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு பெரிய யூனோ ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கொடுத்தது. அவரு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணது என்னமோ ஸ்மால் தான், பட் அஸ் an entrepreneur I leveraged it to about 150 crores கம்ப்ளீட்டா, ரைட்டா? அதை லிவரேஜ் பண்ண பிறகு தான் கிறிஸ் கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன், the ex-founder of Infosys also joined me. He invested 3 times and then he supported me. And Chris is an entrepreneur. Chris is a person who asked me the least number of questions but gave me the maximum support. Now, so you have to understand that when you actually work with marquee investors, okay, your window of opportunity is only very less time. These people know entrepreneurs very well. The yes or no, make or break can happen in like, just minutes. 1-2 minutes is enough for them to spot you on, right? So adula vandu a prepared mindset actually wins them very easily, which means when you're actually preparing to meet them, what are the preparation that you have to do? All this is very, very important. I did certain processes for myself, and that also helped me a lot. Okay. So these were some of the challenges that I went through, and that's how I kind of overcome also. And the mistakes I was telling you, of course, I didn't hire a well-groomed finance person. I didn't know the difference. And also the other mistake I made was I launched too many products, because electric vandila, we understood the nuances, because we know that it is 5 key components in electric scooter, right? You have the motor, which is electrical in nature. You have the battery, which is chemical in nature. You have the charger, controller, and converter, which is electronics in nature. And then, of course, you have the metal, metallurgy, right? So it's multiple technologies in one product. சும்மா அப்படி வாங்கி அசம்பிள் பண்ணி nobody can succeed in that venture. Okay, அந்த மாதிரி வந்தவங்க எல்லாருமே வந்துட்டு they have actually folded in about 2 to 3 years. So we know that very well. And for me, my biggest support in this venture came from my husband, because he's kind of quite a pioneer, I would say, in terms of electric vehicles. And I kind of completely leverage his expertise. And I was like a CEO running in the front, and my husband was a CTO supporting from the back, right? Even Coimbatore, always most of the women will be at the back to support the men, right? In my case, it was the other way around, right? And then factory garage சொன்னா கூட முதல்ல நேரா எங்க சார் எங்க இருக்காங்கன்னு கேட்பாங்க. நான் தான் சார் வாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவேன் நான், ரைட்டா? Why I say is that sometimes it is how you position yourself, right? Because the moment you position yourself very clearly, tell them that you are in charge of the business and you are able to take decisions and you are able to solve problems, automatically the follower readiness will come, right? So that is something that I have learned the very, very hard way. Now, the other thing that I wanted to touch upon is that whatever that I have done so far, okay, it has been only possible because I started to turn inward, looking at myself very, very long time ago. Okay.
Papa, do they do?
Okay. Now, when you say looking inward, okay, what does that mean? Okay, looking inward. Okay, because you all would have been doing whatever that you do, but I give myself 2 hours every day, for my body. In terms of internally, I want to align to myself, right? So 2 hours கொடுக்க முடியுமா? Of course you can, because 10% of 24 hours is only 2.4 hours. Okay, so if you're able to give that 2.4 hours, to your body intelligently, I think you will be able to get maximum, because I can work for 16-18 hours, comfortably without any problem. Okay. And many people will say, என்ன மேடம் எப்படி மேடம் உங்களுக்கு இவ்வளவு எனர்ஜி இருக்கு, நீங்க 10 ஜெனரல் மேனேஜர் மாதிரி இருப்பீங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு நிறைய பேர் கேட்டிருக்காங்க. That's because I think I give time. இது வந்து எப்படி சொல்றது, மண்ணு உரம், அதுக்கு எவ்வளவு உரம் போட்டு அந்த மண்ணை நீங்க சரி சவரப்படுறீங்களோ அவ்வளோ நீங்க எந்த செடி போட்டாலும் நல்லா அப்படி அழகா blossom ஆகும் இல்லையா? So it is very important that you have to take care of yourself. அப்போ இந்த பாடியை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் என்னோட அனுபவத்தை நான் ரியலைஸ் பண்ணேன்னா, we are what we eat, we are what we ate. ரைட்டா? ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றேன். 9 மணிக்கு போயிட்டு எங்கேயாவது நீங்க ஃபேமிலியோட ஹோட்டல்ல போய் நல்லா சாப்பிடுறீங்க. ஓகே, 10 சாப்பிட்டுட்டு வீட்டுக்கு வரீங்க, வந்து படுக்கிறீங்க. அடுத்த நாள் காலங்காத்தால 8 மணிக்கு உங்களால எழுந்திக்க முடியுமா? நோ சான்ஸ், நாட் அட் ஆல் பாசிபிள், ரைட்? Why I say that this all very fundamentals. நிறைய பேர் என்ன மேடம் நீங்க பிசினஸ் ஃபார்முலா வந்து நீங்க வந்து ஃபிட்னஸ் பத்தி பேசுறீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நிறைய பேர் கேட்பாங்க. I tell them that because that's a route. அந்த ரூட்டை நீங்க ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணாத நீங்க போய் பிசினஸ் கிழிக்க முடியாதுங்க. அது வந்து ரொம்ப நியதி, உலக நியதியே அதானே, ரைட்டா? So it's very, very important that how you nurture yourself is very important, because இந்த பாடி மைண்ட் சிங்க்ரனைசேஷன் இல்லைன்னா எனர்ஜி எமோஷன்லாம் அலைனே ஆகாது, ரைட்டா? அது ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஸோ என்னோட அனுபவத்துல நான் உணர்ந்தது என்னன்னா, இந்த பாடியும் மைண்டையும் மைண்ட் வந்து பொல்லாத மைண்டு, மங்கி மைண்டுங்க. பிகாஸ் நீங்க ஒண்ணு நினைப்பீங்க, உடனே வேற ஒண்ணு சொல்லும், ரைட்டா? சோ அதை வந்து அப்படியே ஸ்டேட் புட்டா நம்மளோட திடமா தரமா நம்ம ஒரு கோல் பண்றப்ப அதுல உட்காந்து இருந்து மேல எழுச்சி வர்றது மைண்டே விடாது நம்மள. வெளியில நீங்க எதுக்கு வெளியில போறீங்க, உள்ளுக்குள்ள இருக்க மைண்டே நம்மள அலோவ் பண்ணாதே. அப்ப நம்ம மைண்டை நம்மள ஸ்தரம் பண்ணாதான் நம்ம வெளியில வளர முடியும். So body and mind alignment is a paramount, is very, very given. Okay. இந்த இதுல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா தான் எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு பெரிய தாக்கத்தை ஏற்படுத்துது என்னன்னா என்னோட யோகம். ஓகே, அந்த யோகம் நான் பண்றதுனால தான் எனக்கு வந்து நிறைய தாக்கம் கிடைச்சிருக்கு, நிறைய முன்னேற்றம் எனக்கு வாழ்க்கையில கிடைச்சிருக்கு. ஸோ இது வந்து கண்டிப்பா வந்து ஐ வாண்டட் எவ்ரி ஒன் டு ஃபீல் தட் திஸ் இஸ் கோயிங் டு பி, பிகாஸ் the moment you conduct yourself in certain way, you can just see slowly and steadily many things will fall in place. Okay, எனக்கு வந்து சில மீட்டிங்ல எல்லாம் போய் சர்டன் மீட்டிங்ல வந்து நான் உட்காந்து பேசிட்டு இருப்பேன். எனக்கு வந்து அந்த மீட்டிங் முடிச்ச பிறகு எப்படி அந்த வார்த்தை என் வாயில இருந்து வந்து விழுந்தது கூட எனக்கு தெரியாதுங்க. ஓகே, why I say that, that is a power of if you are internally aligned. Okay, and that's a power that you get, right? Which means I always believe that you are receiving grace, right? Only when you're able to receive grace, all these things can fall in place. Okay, so whatever venture you do, however challenges you have, if you are able to dedicatedly, focusedly, systematically ensure that you are giving time for your own body in a very systematic manner. Okay, I've been doing all this for the last about several years. Okay, for about what since 2005 I have been doing my own processes, and I've been very steadily doing it, and that consistency is what will get you the difference. Okay, சும்மா போற யாரோ சொல்றாங்க, ஓ இது இன்டர்னல் கோர்ஸ் போறாங்க, ஒரு யோகா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு போயிட்டு நீங்க அட்டென்ட் பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு மாசம் பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் புஷ்னு விட்டுட்டீங்கன்னா ஒண்ணுமே உங்களுக்கு முன்னேற்றம் வராது. இது வந்து ஒரு கமிட்மெண்ட் இல்லையா? நம்மளுக்குள்ளே நம்ம கமிட்மெண்ட் கொடுக்கலன்னா நம்ம எப்படி மற்றவங்களுக்கு கமிட்மெண்ட் கொடுக்க முடியும்? கரெக்ட் தானே? So it is very, very important, and I find that many people undermine this part of their internal well-being, because if this is not addressed outside everything, you can அப்படியே நீங்க அப்படியே அது அப்படியே உங்களுக்கு அப்படியே வந்து சேரும் கரெக்டா. ஓகே, I also find that the aura that you attract, the kind of people that you come across, it's just exponentially it will scale. Okay, and I want to tell you one another example. Okay, in terms of scaling. Okay, இந்த ஸ்கேலிங் நம்ம பண்றப்ப நம்மளுக்கு வந்து நல்ல ப்ராடக்ட் வந்து குவாலிட்டியா இருக்கணும், ரைட்டா? இஃப் யூ ஆர் நாட் ஏபிள் டு ஹேவ் அ குவாலிட்டி ப்ராடக்ட், தென் you will be at the receiving end. I'll give you an example. If you don't have a quality product or a quality service, you'll have to give liberal payment terms. Okay, you will have to listen to your channel partner. Avanga solradha neenga kekkanum, right? On the contrary, if your product has got a very, very good quality, good reliability, and good command, okay, in terms of its usability and functionality and features, I think you can dictate terms. Okay, I still remember, when we were actually scaling from 3 crore when we did to 12 crores, right? I know that the product was moving very well, and we understood the structure, market, everything fantastically to be able to, get the structure very well. So quality product is very, very essential when you scale the company as well. And the quality, it is not just a quality department's function. It is the department of the entrepreneur, of the founder, and it just percolates down completely. Every department. Okay, because if you look at a manufacturing house, there are multiple departments: research and development, right? Your finance, accounts, customer care, production, assembly, QC, supply chain, right? HR, training and development. You see how many departments are there, right? So if the CEO, has a dashboard that he or she can visualize herself or himself to be able to see that, only then you're able to track whatever that you wanted to do, right? And when you want to track whatever that you do, I strongly believe in prioritization. அது முன்னிலைப்படுத்தணும். எது இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்னு உங்களுக்கு தெரியணும். prioritization. நீங்க அந்த ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்தாதான் உங்களுக்கு எது ப்ரியாரிட்டின்னு தெரியும், ரைட்டா? Many times I've seen that ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் வரப்ப you just take the problem, submit the problem, surrender the problem, and then after about 2-3 days உங்களுக்கே ஒரு கிளாரிட்டி வந்துடும், ரைட்டா? நீங்க வந்து வெளியில போய் இதுக்காக பேனிக்கே பண்ண வேண்டாம். Okay, the moment you start to get into panic mode and display knee-jerk reactions, okay, you will not be able to solve the problem, because you will only panic. You will only display negative vibes. You will not be able to solve the problem. So it is that very important. Okay, so and the other thing also when we're scaling is that for me, I did something along with my team. We had a very, very good supplier, okay, in overseas, and then the supplier wouldn't it's always only a kind of you pay, I will give the goods, and the mari or kind of a mentality. So what we did is that we actually worked with them for 2 years. We built a very, very strong relationship, and then I went back to meet with them. I said that if you're not going to give me 80-90 days payment term, I'm not going to leave this country. I need this. Okay. So the founder of the company, there's also a couple, they came and met me. They said that we don't offer that service. I said that I leave this request of me with you, and I wanted the support no matter what. Okay. At the moment they understood that I'm not going to give up and I will ensure that I will pay them on time. Believe me, this 80 days payment terms really helped us to scale the company very, very good. Okay. In a very nice manner. Because in 80 days, what happens for us to build the product is only 2 to 3 weeks, right? So in 2 to 3 weeks, if you're able to build the product, after that you have about 2.5 months to be able to roll over the supplier's credit, right? So with the supplier's credit, you're able to scale it. You're able to, scale very, very well in terms of ensuring that keep the suppliers happy, you keep your dealers happy, and then you also strengthen your internal team. And also as your உங்களோட உங்களோட இன்டர்னலா நீங்க வந்து ஆர்டர்ஸ் எல்லாமே நீங்க வந்து ஸ்கேல் பண்றப்ப one of the very critical part is that எப்படி வந்து how do you do go to market. Okay, I find whether you're doing 10 crore 100 crore 200 crore or whatever be the case, one of the challenge, because a service வந்து ஒரு மாதிரி பண்ணி ஒரு கஸ்டமர் யூசபிலிட்டி கிடைக்கிறது வந்து ஒரு 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 மார்க்கம், ரைட்டா? அது வந்து ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இஃப் யூ யூஸ் ஓலா ஆப், ஓகே, உங்களுக்கு ஒரு கம்ஃபர்டபிள் கிடைச்சிட்டு நீங்க யூஸ் பண்றீங்க, அது வந்து ஒரு மாதிரி ஒரு டெவலப்மெண்ட், ரைட்டா, ஒரு சர்வீசஸ் பிசினஸ்ல. பட் இஃப் யூ லுக் அட் அ ப்ராடக்ட் பிசினஸ், ப்ராடக்ட் வந்து ரொம்ப டேஞ்சபிள், ரைட்? ரொம்ப கஸ்டமர் வந்து இப்ப ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் அவங்க யூஸ் பண்றாங்கன்னா அவங்களுக்கு தே மஸ்ட் பி வெரி ஹாப்பி டு யூஸ் அ ப்ராடக்ட். அவங்க வந்து அதை வந்து ஓன் பண்ணணும். இது வந்து என்னோட ப்ராடக்ட், இது என்னோட 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 அசெட்னு அவங்க எப்போ ஃபீல் பண்றாங்களோ அப்பதான் நீங்க வளருவீங்க. ஸோ that productization is going to be very important. Qualities will be very, very important, and you selecting the right channel partners is also very, very important when you scale. Okay, எனக்கு இன்னும் ஞாபகம் இருக்கு, when we were actually growing, we had ஒரு டீலர் டெல்லியில இருந்து வந்தாரு. வந்துட்டு, மேடம் நீங்க என்ன சொல்லுங்க, டெல்லி எல்சிஆர் ஃபுல்லா நீங்க என்ன, உங்களுக்கு மாசம் 500 வண்டி நம்ம செல் பண்ணணுமா, நீங்க நான் பண்றேன், ஓகே, நீங்க என்ன நம்ப விடுங்க, செக் கொடுக்குறேன், நீங்க வாங்கிக்கோங்க. I never took the check because see, when you're starting first 2-3 years, right, you have to be stay focused. How did we stay focused? நாங்க வந்து 50 கிலோமீட்டர் வரைக்கும் தான் முதல்ல எங்க ப்ராடக்ட் ரீச் பண்ணோம். only 50 kilometers we reach the product, because 50 kilometers கஸ்டமரோட ஃபீட்பேக், சர்வீஸ் குவாலிட்டி, உங்களுக்கு என்ன இஷ்யூ இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அசஸ் பண்ணி அதை முதல்ல அட்ரஸ் பண்ணோம். அப்புறம் we went into about 100 kilometers, அப்புறம் 300 kilometers. அந்த மாதிரி சிஸ்டமேட்டிக்கா we went. அப்ப இங்க இருந்து நம்ம வந்து டெல்லிக்கு போறோம், போயிட்டு வந்து அதை பண்றது, மார்ஜின்ல எவ்வளவு இருக்கும் ப்ராடக்ட்ல, இட்ஸ் ஆல் வெரி லெஸ் மார்ஜின், ரைட்? So how will be able to sustain, right? So the focus, if you are very determined to have the focus, many possibilities are given for you in the business. Okay, so I spoke about why I plunged into manufacturing, right? Then என்னென்ன challenges நான் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணேன், அதை எப்படி ஓவர் கம் பண்ணேன்னு நான் சொன்னேன், ரைட்டா? அப்புறம் ரெண்டு மூணு மேஜர் மிஸ்டேக்ஸ் நான் என்னென்ன பண்ணேன் அதையும் உங்களுக்கு சொன்னேன், ரைட்டா? இப்போ வந்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், இப்போ எதுக்கு நான் எக்ஸிட் பண்ணேன், why did I exit the venture? Okay, and எனக்கு வந்து 2019 I think I got a call from Greaves Cotton in Mumbai. They said that they wanted to be part of us. சொல்லிட்டு 6 மாசமா அவங்க என்ன சேஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்களோட கம்பெனியோட certain principles எனக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்தது. So I said that okay fine, let us join hands ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு, அதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்க வந்து கொஞ்ச நாளுக்கு அப்புறம் அவங்களுக்கு பார்த்துட்டாங்க பிசினஸ் நல்லா ஸ்கேல் ஆகுதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு, they wanted to say that can I get a majority stake and all that, and we were also open for that. So that's how they came in, and then I found that the way that entrepreneurs build the company and the way the big companies build the company ரெண்டுமே டிஃப்ரெண்ட் இல்லையா? அவங்களுக்கு வந்து அவங்க லிஸ்டட் கம்பெனி, அவங்களுக்கு வந்து இந்த ப்ராஃபிட்டபிலிட்டி காமிக்கிறது, போர்டு வந்து ஹாப்பியா வச்சுக்கிறது, அதுக்கு growth காண்றது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். பட் நான் வந்து அந்த நோக்கத்தோட கம்பெனி ஆரம்பிக்கிறேன். பிகாஸ் என்னோட growth வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா I want to create number of jobs, I want to empower women, I want to do innovation in a very frugal manner. என்னோட ஃபோக்கஸே வந்து ரொம்ப டிஃப்ரெண்டா இருந்தது. ஸோ இது வந்து ஃபோக்கஸ், அவங்க ஃபோக்கஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்டா இருந்தது, என்னோட ஃபோக்கஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்டா இருந்ததால நான் வந்து அழகா I just kind of exited in a very nice manner, so that my team right now, whatever I built, have a vision and they have more things to learn and all that and contribute more. That's why I exited the venture, and it was a very very well thought through decision. Okay, so and it is a very rewarding journey I would say, because ஒரு 10 வருஷத்துல 12 வருஷத்துல ஒரு கம்பெனி ஸ்கிராச்ல இருந்து ஆரம்பிச்சு ஒரு கன்சியூமர் பிராண்ட் பில்ட் பண்ணி, அதுல வந்து நல்ல ஒரு முதலீட்டாளர்களை கொண்டு வந்து நல்ல டீமை பில்ட் பண்ணி ஒரு ஒரு ஸ்மாலர் சிட்டி லைக் கோயம்புத்தூர்ல பண்ணி நிறைய கம்யூனிட்டி இன்வால்வ் பண்ணி அந்த ப்ராடக்ட்டை ஒரு வெற்றிகரமா மார்க்கெட்ல கொண்டு வந்து நிலைநிறுத்துறதுல வந்து நான் வந்து பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். அதுல வந்து எனக்கு உற்றுதுணையா இருந்தவங்க நிறைய பேர். ஓகே, அவங்களுக்குலாம் வந்து இப்போ வந்து ஒரு நெஞ்சார நன்றி சொல்ல நான் கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கேன். ஏன்னா அவ்வளோ எனக்கு நிறைய பேர் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க, ரைட்டா? ஸோ ஐ திங்க் with that I just wanted to conclude my sharing of the journey. Now, what I can do is that I can take questions, I can take few questions, and then I will try to answer to the best of the ability. Enna mari question andalum paravalla, you can just ask, because I think once you ask the question, I think many people have asked me one question which I will try to answer myself, which I thought will be very relevant for this audience. எல்லாரும் என்ன கேட்பாங்கன்னா, என்ன மேடம் நீங்க இவ்வளோ நிறைய பண்றீங்க, எப்படி நீங்க வந்து ஃபேமிலியும் பிசினஸையும் மேனேஜ் பண்றீங்க, ஓகே அப்படின்னு நிறைய பேர் கேட்டிருக்காங்க. ஒர்க் லைஃப் பேலன்ஸ் எப்படி கொண்டு வந்துருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. எனக்கு வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா there is nothing called work and life balance at all in my personal view. ஏன்னா நீங்க பண்ற ஒர்க் வந்து நீங்க ரொம்ப என்ஜாய் பண்ணீங்கன்னா லைஃப்க்கு ஒர்க்கு டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கக்கூடாதுங்க, ரைட்டா? அதுதான் வந்து என்னைய பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நான் உணர்ந்தது. ஏன்னா எப்போ வந்து ஒரு டிஃபரன்ஸ் நீங்க பாக்குறீங்களோ, ஓகே, அன்னைக்கே வந்து you will be putting boundary. என்னைக்கு நீங்க பவுண்டரி இல்லாத பார்டர்லெஸ்ஸா நீங்க ஒர்க் பண்றீங்களோ அன்னைக்கு தான் growth வரும், இல்லையா? சோ அந்த ஒரு இது வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம் ஒண்ணு. அப்புறம் செகண்ட் வந்து I already told you that you have to ensure that you align body and mind. சிகே அழகா மெசேஜ் போட்டிருக்காரு, அடங்கிய மனமே குரு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிருக்காரு, ரைட்டா? எப்போ வந்து ஒரு மனத்தை நம்ம அடக்குறோமோ அன்னைக்கே நம்மளுக்கு வளர்ச்சி வரும், ஓகே? அது வந்து நீங்க வந்து அது வந்து ஒரு ஸ்லோ அண்ட் ஸ்டெடி ப்ராசஸ். அதுக்கு நீங்க மனம் அடக்கிறதுக்கு நீங்க டைம் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணியே தான் ஆகணும், ஓகே? இல்லைன்னா இது ரொம்ப முடியாது, ஓகே? ஸோ தட்ஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஸோ once you try to give for time for yourself, உங்களுக்கு வந்து நிறைய டைம் கிடைக்கும், புரியுதா? இந்த 1-2 hours நீங்க கொடுக்குற டைம் வந்து உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா அடிஷனல் 4 hours per day உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும். அதை வந்து நீங்க சிஸ்டமேட்டிக்கா பண்ணீங்கன்னா தெரியும். ஸோ இந்த அடிஷனல் டைம் தான் வந்து யூ கைண்ட் ஆஃப் யூஸ் இட். அதுதான் உங்க மூலதனம். அதை வச்சுட்டு தான் நீங்க நிறைய இது பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ டைம் வந்து you can create time, okay? How you create time is entirely up to you. So family and work life work எல்லாமே no difference, okay? அது ஒண்ணு. Secondly also I find that many successful women, okay, 40-50 years they give up. They said that oh, it's not working out, and they choose the path to remain single. They want to remain single means they want to separate. I said that அது வந்து என்னோட பர்சனல் வியூ. இவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டு ஒரு 20-30 வருஷம் வாழ்க்கையை நம்ம வாழ்ந்துட்டு ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு புரிதல் இல்லாதனால நம்ம வந்து வெளியில வரப்ப ரொம்ப நம்மள தோக்கடிக்கிறோமோ நம்மளுக்கு தோணுது. ஏன்னா 50 வயசுக்கு மேல தான் நம்மளுக்கு வாழ்க்கையில ஒரு கம்பெனியன் தேவையா இருக்கு, ரைட்டா? நம்மளோட சுக துக்கங்கள், நம்மளுக்கு என்ன பிடிச்சது அதை பண்றது, ரைட்டா? அதெல்லாம் வந்து ஏன்னா நம்ம ஈஸியா இப்ப லைஃப் எக்ஸ்பெக்டன்சில பாத்தீங்கன்னா 70 வயசுல ஈஸியா நம்ம எல்லாரும் வாழ போறோம். 50ல 20 வயசுல 20 வருஷம் வாழணும். அப்ப நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு கம்பெனி இருக்குது வாழ்க்கையில ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம் நான் ஃபீல் பண்றேன். நான் எதுக்கு இதை சொல்றேன்னா, இது வந்து பிசினஸ் சக்சஸ் போயிட்டு இருக்கப்ப நம்மளோட ஃபேமிலியை தொலைச்சிடக்கூடாது, ரைட்டா? ஏன்னா ஃபேமிலி வந்து ஒரு மூலம். அந்த ஃபவுண்டேஷன் சரியா இருந்தாதான் எல்லாமே வந்து will fall in place, okay? அந்த ஃபேமிலின்ற அஸ்திவாரம், அந்த ஆழம் இருந்தாதான் நம்ம வந்து மேற்கொண்டு நிறைய பண்றதுக்கு நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு வாய்ப்பு கிடைக்குது நம்மளுக்கு. அதனால இது வரைக்கும் I think I have completed what I wanted to say. Maybe Vidya, I can take some questions, Vidya.
Welcome, Hema. Very happy.
Yeah, very happy.
Inspiring journey.
Thank you so much.
So I'm with my wife.
Hello.
Malati. Yeah.
Hello.
These two names, Hemalata and Annamalai, are close to my heart. Ena enga amma perum Hemalata da.
Oh.
So I live in a place in Thiruvannamalai da irukken. Very
nice.
Close to the mountain. மலை அடிவாரத்தில் தான் இருந்து இப்போ உங்க கூட பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
Oh, so nice.
பியூட்டிஃபுல்லா எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணீங்க. ஸோ ஃப்ரம் அந்த ஆண்டர்பிரினர்ல ஒரு இது என்னன்னா, இந்த பிராண்ட் பில்ட் பண்ண அப்புறம் தே பேஷனேட்லி கெட் அட்டாச்ட் டு த பிராண்ட்.
கரெக்ட்.
ஸோ அதை வந்து தே டோன்ட் கிவ் அப் ஸோ ஈஸிலி. அதை நீங்க வந்து அதையும் கடந்து போயிருக்கீங்க. தட் மீன்ஸ் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் யுவர் இன்டர்னல் I see both my brothers and of course my other brother also. When we developed Velvet, we are so passionate. Godrej offered so much, but he said it is very close, we will not give it up. So அப்புறம் வந்து குமாரவேல் naturals build பண்ணாரு. அப்புறம் he says with all tough situation, he said I will not give up the brand. Of course my brother Ranga also, so many offers from the Levers group. He says we are passionately attached to the brand emotionally. But அந்த டிசிஷன் எடுக்கிறதுக்கு அந்த நீங்க சொன்ன அந்த இன்டர்னல் அந்த கட்ஸ் அந்த இது இருந்தாதான் அது முடியும். You have created a success story. ஒரு முழுமையா ஒரு ஆண்டர்பிரினர் என்னெல்லாம் ஜேர்னி போகணுமோ அதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு அதையும் கடந்து போறதுக்கு அந்த ஒரு மனநிலை இட் ஹஸ் given you that holistic outlook இருந்ததனால தான் முடிஞ்சது. பட் I would like to hear from you how you are able to give up that situation.
Very
What
good.
is your state of mind?
No, I think இதுல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா எந்த ஒரு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பும் ஒரு இப்ப நம்மளுக்கே வந்து if somebody is coming to us, fundamental thing is trust, right? If you have a partner in business, அந்த ட்ரஸ்ட் இருந்தா தான் வந்து நம்ம வந்து நல்ல ஒரு கம்ஃபர்டபுளா ஒர்க் பண்ண முடியும், ரைட்டா? So when you get an investor, and the investor, like I said, my first investor was very amenable to what we did, and my final investor, Greaves Cotton, were all good, but then I find that they were too corporate. Okay, ரொம்ப too corporate. Okay, and then I find that honestly சொல்ல போறோம்னா I find that the trust factor was lacking, and the trust factor இல்லாதனால தான் எனக்கு வந்து I said that I can do much better, okay, in a system where there's trust. One செகண்ட் வந்து நம்மளுக்கு வந்து ஒரு டிஸ்பேஷனேட்டா நம்ம எப்படி இருக்கிறதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு எனக்கு வந்து கொஞ்சம் அந்த ஞானம் கொஞ்சம் கிடைச்சது. எல்லாத்தையும் வந்து ரொம்ப நம்ம எப்படி சொல்றது, அதுல எது பண்ணாலும் அதுல ஒட்டாத பண்றது ஒரு கலை, ரைட்டா? அதுல அப்படியே மூழ்கி போய் நம்ம சிக்கிக்கிட்டோம்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், நம்மளுக்கு வந்து பியாண்ட் அ பாயிண்ட் அதே நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு சஃபகேஷன் ஆயிடும். ஸோ எனக்கு அந்த தெளிவு வந்து ஒரு இந்த வயசுலேயே சின்ன வயசுலேயே வந்தது வந்து எனக்கு ஐ திங்க் ஐ தேங்க் மை குருஸ் ஒன்லி. ஓகே, அந்த அறிவும் இந்த ஞானம் எனக்கு கிடைச்சது. ஸோ இப்போ வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா இன்னொன்னு எனக்கு நிறைய இருக்கு. பிகாஸ் இப்போ வெளியே வந்ததுனால நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா இன்னும் பெரிய பெரிய ட்ரீம் வந்திருக்கு, ரைட்டா? ஐ மீன் மச் பிகர் ட்ரீம்ஸ். ஸோ நம்ம இருக்கிறத வந்து பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், அது வந்து பெரிய இது. ஐ மீன் என்ன at the end of the day, CK, see, money beyond a point can be only a deterrent for us. Okay, பணம் சம்பாதிக்கிறது ரொம்ப ஈஸி, அதை கட்டி காத்து மெயின்டைன் பண்றது அதோட கஷ்டங்க சார். ஓகே, எனக்கு என்ன கேட்டானா I felt that it is better that we live with less and much more grace to be able to do bigger things in life. Okay, I also believe that டாக்டர் APJ அப்துல் கலாம் ரொம்ப அழகா சொல்லுவாரு, நீங்க உங்க குழந்தைகளுக்கு நல்லது பண்ணணும்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா தயவு செய்து சொத்தை சேர்க்காதீங்கன்னு சொல்லுவாரு, ரைட்டா? பிகாஸ் the moment you accumulate wealth, என்ன ஆகும்னா அது அப்படியே வந்து ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு elite mentality வந்துரும், ஒரு என்டைட்டில்மெண்ட் கல்ச்சர் வந்துரும், ரைட்டா? ஸோ அதெல்லாம் வந்து தேவையில்லைன்னு தோணுது எனக்கு, ரைட்டா? ஸோ அந்த வாழ்க்கையோட தத்துவம் அடிப்படை கொஞ்சம் எனக்கு புரிஞ்சதுனாலயோ என்னமோ நான் வந்து ரொம்ப ஈஸியா வெளியே வந்துட்டேன். நிறைய பேர் ரொம்ப என்னோட ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் யூஎஸ்ல ஜப்பான்ல எல்லாரும் அப்படியே ஷாக் ஆயிட்டாங்க, என்ன ஹேமா நீங்க வந்து இவ்வளவு கடுமையா உழைச்சிட்டு நீங்க என்ன தப்பு அப்படி வெளியே வந்துட்டீங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. நான் சொன்ன வந்ததுக்கு நிறைய காரணங்கள் இருக்கு, பட் அந்த டெசிஷன் வந்து ரொம்ப வெல் தாட் த்ரூ டெசிஷன் தான். ரொம்ப ஒரு எப்படி சொல்றது, ஒரு அசட்டுத்தனமான டெசிஷன் கிடையாது, ரொம்ப நல்ல கிளியரா திங்க் பண்ணி எடுத்த டெசிஷன். ஸோ ஐம் வெரி ஹாப்பி அபவுட் இட். CK,
the monk who sold his Ferrari தான் ஞாபகம் வருது. நீங்க ஒரு கார்ப்பரேட் யோகியா இருக்கீங்க. I think you are destined to inspire millions of entrepreneurs.
Thank you.
அதுதான் அந்த ஹோலிஸ்டிக்கா நீங்க டெவலப் ஆனது, not only one or a few thousands, but you are going to inspire millions of entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much.
The woman. எனக்கும் எங்க அம்மாவுக்கும் உங்களுக்கும் நிறைய அந்த ஒரு சிமிலாரிட்டியை பார்க்கிறேன். When my dad passed away suddenly at 48, my mom was only 40. Not even one drop of tear from her eyes. So that is what has inspired all our siblings.
Very good.
So இந்த அளவுல அவங்க the second third day அவங்க போய் அந்த ஸ்கூல் ஒன்னு, we had a nursery school. She went and as usual எதுவும் நடக்காத மாதிரி அவங்க she started going casually and managing the school. When the whole Kadalur was with wonderstruck how a lady can take this kind of a blow and still be normal. So அந்த ஒரு நான்சாலண்டா உங்ககிட்ட நான் பார்க்கிறேன். உமன், அந்த ஒரு உமன்னாலே ஒரு இன்ஃபீரியாரிட்டி காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஒரு மேல் டாமினேட்டட் சொசைட்டில they feel அதெல்லாம் இல்ல, நான் வந்து I am equal to you. இந்த ரீசெண்டா I saw that the Hindi தெரியாது போடா அப்படின்ற அந்த ஒரு the way the people even I don't subscribe to the view that we should not learn Hindi, but the way it was expressed, the ஒரு தமிழ் திமிரன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, அந்த இது மாதிரி I can't do it, அந்த ஒரு அந்த கெத்துன்னு கூட சொல்லுவாங்க. The way you carry yourself with others, it makes a lot of difference. I could see that in you.
Thank you,
what you have built and over a period of the holistic nurture பண்ணிக்கிறது. I think you are in for a greater things. That's what I
Thank you.
visualize.
Yeah.
I have a dream also to create a virtual Who Am I University. நான் வந்து ரமணர் தான் என்ன ரொம்ப இன்ஸ்பயர் பண்ணது, அதனால தான் திருவண்ணாமலைக்கே வந்து செட்டில் ஆயிட்டேன். Virtual Who Am I University. So probably I will welcome you to your land. அண்ணாமலைன்னு வச்சிருக்கீங்க. Welcome to திருவண்ணாமலை.
Sure.
And we want to have இப்போதான் மை திருவண்ணாமலைன்னு we have created a social platform connecting because Tiruvannamala is a backward state. We want to connect between Japan and Tiruvannamala to create social entrepreneurship.
Oh, very nice.
We are working on some projects. You are most welcome to guide and inspire the thousands of the youth of Tiruvannamala.
Very good.
So thank you very much for your
Thank you.
time. I will open the floor to others to
Thank
ask
you.
questions. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Hema. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Somebody can also type in the questions.
Yes, ma'am. Sartaj has typed asking like if the market is new. Sartaj, do you want to talk to her? Sartaj?
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to ask her straight? Like you can just talk to her straight.
yeah. 1 second.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Yes.
What? Yeah, hi. Good morning
Good
to
morning.
all. 1 second. I just want to open the video. I cannot somehow.
You talk the
Right.
question. I think the question
Yeah.
is more important. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you balance? Imagine what I feel. I resonate a lot with whatever your learnings and experience are. It somehow feels that my own story somebody else is saying. So I have one very major issue that how to balance cash flow with new markets, especially with decision making.
Mm, mm. See, when you're actually getting into something new, okay, you have no choice, but you got to be at it yourself, okay? Because I know that you will, as an entrepreneur, you will have multiple things to do and all that. But when you're creating a new market, you have to understand three things. First is, what is the government policy on whatever that you're trying to do? Is it conducive? Is it favorable? Second is that what is your competition doing? Are they doing exactly what you're doing? And what is your differentiator? Okay, significant differentiators. Okay, number two. And number three is that is your team aware of these two things and are they equipped with the necessary skills and knowledge? So these three things are so paramount. And if you get that number two correct in terms of what your competition is doing and then the value and the differentiator of what you can offer, in a very stark differentiation session, if you're able to bring, that itself will be able to help you to ensure that your reach is very optimized, okay? Because, in my own case, I did not even go into media. For 12 years, I didn't even use any major media to market our product, okay? For the first about 6 years, it was only word of mouth, okay? And where would you spend the money? You would spend the money on marketing. You would actually spend the money on building a team. You would spend the money on keeping an adequate stock of whatever that you're doing, right? So all that has to be carefully done. If it is not carefully done, the chances are either you will be, thinking that there is a huge market and you will be running with excess inventory, or you will be working on very, very, superior media campaigns and all that, thinking that there is a market. So one thing, to be able to overcome is that you should conduct a very proper market research and get the data and analyze the data yourself, right? If you're able to do that and then go into other things, you will be able to manage cash flows brilliantly. And how did I do the research? I engage with a lot of B-school students, because the business school students, they will have 3 months internship. So we engaged about almost close to 10, 15 students and then helped them and structured them. And then we did a market study, which means who is using electric scooter, who is not using electric scooter, why they're not using. So we designed a very beautiful questionnaire and ran the questionnaire to about almost close to about 500,000 people and get sampling data. Once you have the sample data, you are very clear that, it is not going to be way off. Even if there is a differentiation, it will be only 20, 30%, not very different. Okay. So
Yeah.
These are the things that's going to be important for you.
Yeah, this is what see, once you're an entrepreneur, you go into various verticals, like you said. Some of them are very close to your heart. So this present vertical known as Buddy Cabs and Buddy Care is very close to me, very close to my heart. We did some kind of survey, what you mentioned, but not about to 500 or 5,000 people in the vicinity of 10-20 kilometers wherever we are working. It was well taken, okay. But now there was a need for our product. You know, there is a need, but exactly the user comes or not, that is also another strategy that we have to work on.
Yeah.
In
See,
that,
no, I think if you're too attached to what you're doing, and then if you feel that there is a market, then it is only a myth, okay? Because for your service in 10-20 kilometers, are you able to get 100 customers in the 1 month? Are you able to do that? You have to do that first. You have to get into the market and make it work, okay? Am I able to get 100 customers for the markets that is at 10 kilometers? Am I able to get the first 100 customers in 1-2 months? If you're able to do that, everything will fall in place. Try this, it will work, okay? Because if the interest will be that everybody will say, very good. I tell you that when we first launched the product in 2009, okay, we didn't have money. So outside our factory, we just put a small tent and then we displayed the vehicle and we want everybody to trial run. Okay, we had about 2,000 people driving our scooter, for about 3 days. You know how many people bought the scooter? Zero.
oh,
Zero.
Oh my God.
That is the market reality.
Oh my God.
Okay,
yeah,
zero.
that is what, yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
if you are
exactly.
able to do that in a very systematic manner, well thought through, focus for you is 10 kilometers, focus. In 10 kilometers, first get 100 customers, then we can talk. Okay, next question.
Ma'am, I have a question. Ma'am, you were talking about like you had 3 products or 4 products in electric vehicles. You said that's a mistake.
No. Yeah. I had a lot of products. No. I had much more products. I launched many more scooters, which
Okay.
if I had restricted to only 2 very good models, focusing one for rural and one for urban, I would have actually killed it. I would have had much more better market share. Okay. But little bit we went into digression. We went into doing vehicles for B2B. We went into doing vehicles for garbage collection and all that. Lot of noise that we created. But whether you like it or not, Vidya, that noise only helped us, because when market collapsed, when government withdrew subsidy, because we had an edge in B2B market, we quickly switched from B2C to B2B. Okay.
Okay.
That also helped us. But then if I had focused on two-wheeler, it would have given us more market share depth very quickly.
Okay. Ma'am, I learned about the researchers also in the research, like you invested 5 crores of your own money. How did you manage, ma'am? Because I felt that's a very huge money to put it in one single business. How did you manage, ma'am? How did you, it's a lot of guts required for it.
And what 5 crore? I invested much more, yeah. Okay, it's not 5 crores, it's more. Okay, and then everything, because you see, once I know that I can make it work, right? It's your own gut feeling, right? I just gave in everything, I just didn't even think twice. My mother and my cousins all used to call me and say, Hema, konjam yosna panni pannunga, are you sure? Okay, உங்களுக்கு ரெண்டு பொட்ட பசங்க இருக்காங்க. That's all people used to scare us. No, குழந்தைங்க இருக்காங்க, நீங்க என்ன பண்ண போறீங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. But I was very clear in terms of, meaning my husband and I, and then of course my children, we were very clear that we are working for a cause and this cause can turn around. Okay, இதுக்குதான் வந்து வித்யா, நம்ம என்னதான் பண்ணி என்னதான் பிஸ்தா இருந்தாலும் கூட நம்மளுக்கு கடவுளோட அனுகிரகம் இருக்கணும், டிவைனோட கிரேஸ் இருக்கணும். அந்த கிரேஸ் இருந்தா தான் நம்மளால ஜெயிக்க முடியும். அந்த கிரேஸை நம்ம வந்து எங்கெல்லாம் பிளாக்கேஜ் இருக்கும், அந்த பிளாக்கை நம்ம அந்த அடைப்பை வந்து நம்ம கிளியர் பண்ணிக்கணும். சார் சொன்னார் பாத்தீங்களா, நம்ம மனத்தை வந்து ஒருங்கிணைப்படுத்திக்கணும். அது பண்ணீங்கன்னா நிறைய திங்ஸ் வில் கம் இன் பிளேஸ் வெரி ஈஸிலி, ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காவே வந்துடும், எஃபர்ட்லெஸ்ஸா வரும். ஓகே, அது சம்டைம்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியமா இருக்கும், இவ்வளவு சிம்பிளான்னு கூட தோணும் உங்களுக்கு, ரைட்டா? So it is that easy. Yeah, somebody was asking the question. That person there was asking. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Hemalata madam, I appreciate and enjoyed hearing you on your journey in this very, very, very difficult business, EV vehicles, electrical vehicles. I want to expand on the question Dr. Ashok Kumar asked you about how you gave up the brand which you passionately developed suddenly. You described it that, I'll just put it in Tamil. தாமரை இலை தண்ணீர் போல் பற்றில்லாமல் இருக்கிறது. I liked it, but it's not that easy.
Correct.
I want to go somewhat little
deeper
into it. and want your frankness, whether there are other circumstances that led to it. Like what happened to me, I have been in business for 36 years. And I've been aligned to a very big principal who had bossed to me for 30 years and done double to me in the last 5 years. So I said my brand was also, which was joined with them, joint branding, DPK. It had its own strength. I said, okay, to hell with it, I will give them up. That's how I started a company with them. Now the point is, a dominant customer, a dominant partner, dominant venture, dominant principal, dominant financier is at some point of time, he is going to take a ride on you and for his own interest, not because the owner does it. The owner has fantastic principles in running his business. But the professionals who manage the business, they try to squeeze you for.
Okay, I understood your question, sir. I understood your question.
Happened to you.
Yeah. No, I understood your question.
Happened to you.
Yeah. I understood your question. Okay, so let me just give you my reasoning. Okay. Now, electric vehicles as an industry.
Little.
Okay, is it clear?
Yeah,
is it clear right now? Hello?
Now it is clear.
Yeah. See, electric vehicles as an industry, it is going to be there for the next 30, 40 years. Okay?
Yeah.
And if you look at India today, the electric vehicles that we are selling is not even 1% of gasoline vehicles. Okay? It's not even 1%. Okay? So that means the window of opportunity for any entrepreneur is huge for 30, 40 years. Okay? Yes, I created a brand. I created it very passionately. Okay? And if there is a big financially very savvy partner wanted to run it the way that they wanted to run it, okay, I was okay to run it because I don't want to compromise my smile and sleep. I say, you have a big partner and then you got to, live with them, no? எனக்கு வந்து என்னோட தூக்கமும் என்னோட சந்தோஷமும் ரொம்ப முக்கியங்க சார். எனக்கு அது வேணும்னா எனக்கு certain things I have to let go and I just let go so effortlessly. Okay, number one. So 30 வருஷம் இப்போ என்ன ஆகும்? எனக்கு வந்து I just sold off the company in another about 2 years my non-compete will be over. Don't you think that I can create something again with my experience and all that, right? Number one. So one is, of course, 30 years of experience. Industry ரொம்ப பெரிய industry. அதனால இது வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்லோவா தான் இந்தியால டெவலப் ஆகும், ரைட்டா? அது ஒரு ரீசன். செகண்ட் வந்து for my own internal well-being, I made a conscious decision because when I want to go to factory, I should be very happy going to the factory, right? When you have a bigger player who's coming and wanting to do many things in their own manner, where you kind of don't feel very comfortable, you better actually bless them and let them scale the way that we wanted and you give them way, right? Number two. And then number three is that now the people that I built in my team, they're all very aligned to me, right? If there is a change in leadership, right? Because of course I was a CEO and all that, but I don't want to be a Namke Vasta CEO and all that. I don't believe in that, right? I want to do something very formidable for my team. So the moment I saw the disconnect, I thought that it's better for me to come out in a manner, in a gracious manner, than being there and then ensuring that, oh, this is what, because, but you see the power of divine, right? Today, if I see any scooter, MP scooter on the road, don't you feel very, thankful to the divine that I was the one who created it. That creation, nobody can take away from me,
Yeah, very right.
Yeah, so
yes.
I want to just tell you that, of course, Dr. CK mentioned and you're also mentioning, it is very, very tough to give up, but I did it with the utmost willingness in my heart. Okay, it was not like with a grumpy or with little bit of green stating that, oh my God, I gave up. I'm very unhappy. No, completely, because somebody has given and somebody has invested 150, 200 crore to take over what I did. Should we not bless them and help them to scale?
Yeah, sometimes it is good for the other.
Yeah. Any other questions? I think Vidya, you should pass to.
Yes, one last.
Vidya, I want to take some other questions.
Ma'am, I've just. I've seen like yesterday when I was talking and also like you're doing a lot of things for women's empowerment and now you're spending a lot of time along with Sky to bring a lot of values to women's
Sure.
style. Can you please share that with us, ma'am?
Okay, fine. Now after I've exited, I've actually become the global chair for Thai women. Thai stands for the Thai Indus entrepreneurs. There are about 61 chapters world over. And then I've taken the global chair. We are actually managing 61 countries to ensure that we reach out to women. Okay. Why women, for example? Okay, like I said, my first experience with women was just fantastic in the factory that I built. And I wanted to ensure that we reach out to roughly 1 million women entrepreneurs world over. Okay. From that 1 million women entrepreneurs, if we can shortlist some 5,000 women entrepreneurs world over who can scale 10x, 20x, 100x, imagine the kind of job that they could create. Imagine the kind of markets can be created. Imagine the kind of empowerment that they can do, right? So I'm right now, with the support of TiE Global, I'm working on that initiative. And it's just a fantastic opportunity because we've got credible sponsors and people who are supporting it. And this I have taken as my life mission. And in my phase 2 of my life, I have 3 goals. Okay, one is I want to create as many jobs as possible, because if poverty has to be eradicated, if poverty has to be removed, jobs are the only thing that can be created, right? And either you can create jobs or you can create entrepreneurs. So both will facilitate in kind of job creation, number one. Number 2 is that I want to empower women from all over. I'm very, very keen to help women from smaller cities, okay, where they want to get a wherewithal to be able to do something. Because sometimes, a person will have a good idea, but then he or she will be, in a system of things where they just will not even come out or ask things. They'll be so shy. So if you're able to give a platform for them to be able to come and voice out and ask questions, etc., I think how much of progress can happen, right? And thirdly, innovation, because innovation is something that now, if you look at it, disruption is happening gradually, rapidly. Okay, when I say disruption, today I'm living right now in Singapore. I don't even own a car. I don't want to own a car because I want to live in a sustainable environment. I want to walk. I want to use my body as much as possible. Right? The more you use your body, okay, the more we become productive. Right? So I'm trying to look at innovation as a way to do many, many things in life. Okay. So these are the things that I'm doing. And then I'm also coming out with a book on my journey. Okay. That book will be published in another 1 or 2 months. So that also will be completed. So I took almost like a year break. I'm just focusing on all these things. Like CK mentioned, I really wanted to now drive a larger goal, because for me, money is not my priority in my life anymore. I want to ensure that, because too much of money is a burden. Yeah. It's just too much. It's not. We just live a very small life. What we have is more than enough, because if you have too much, it's very noise, okay? See, that's more than enough, isn't it? Right? Of course, we have to live a life with convenience and comfort, right? But you can't have too much of it and then show off for who, okay? It doesn't matter, right? And it is better that we actually moderate our own lifestyle and have a life that we live very graciously, right? So that's my focus right now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Where is this market heading to, Hema? I would like to know where this e-market is going to be in 5 years.
Yeah, e-market will take some time, because the tipping point we thought will come in 2020, but Corona came, so tipping point moved out, right? I feel that it will take another 2 to 3 years for the industry to become coming to some substantial space. Okay. Now, if you look at it, more than the electric vehicle itself, the localization, the key parts making will be a very, very big opportunity, right? Making motor, charger, controller, battery, that itself will be a very, very big opportunity. So I think that if there are with a lot of companies, that have approached me asking, madam, why don't you do this and all that, I just put them on hold, because even the government policies are changing right now continuously. But I think that today the government has done something very, very nice, because they have at least understood that the industry has some difficulty, and they're trying to right now still give subsidy for the registered model. So that subsidy will continue for another 2 more years. So there is an opportunity, window of opportunity. But I believe that this opportunity for electric vehicles is so huge. Okay, it is huge. You take consumer, you take agri, you take B2B business. It is just a huge opportunity. Okay, so that opportunity can only unleash if customers have a mindset to move to something sustainable. Okay, I've seen many customers in Bangalore. There was one customer from Koramangala. He will go to Whitefield only with electric cycle, because that was his choice. Okay. And the reason is that he used to sell that, I will go one side to office when I want to go, I don't want to sweat. I'll use the battery power. When coming back, he will pedal and come with the battery. Battery itself is about what, 20 kgs. And he said, I'll get my workout done. So everybody, has a way of doing the product. So once that awareness comes very fully into India, into the consumer mind, I think the market will scale, but it'll take another 2 years for the market to come to certain size.
Can I ask you one last question, please, Hemaji?
Sure.
Yeah, see, you said about my clients, I have around 2,000 people who have started working with us and who take our services. I'm also into electric vehicles, but I'm a service provider, not a manufacturer. So my question to you is that now we are going to a newer market. I'm from a tier 2 city known as Chandigarh, and now we are going to Gurgaon. So there I wanted to make a shift from my fleet from diesel and petrol engines to electric vehicles. So this is one very specific question I wanted to ask. Should I take this plunge or should I leave it presently? Because what I found it is that e-vehicles are by Mahindra and Tata. So they say that they give 250 kilometers by one charge, but actually on ground it is something between 160 to 170. So this decision making has become very difficult for me. So I want to take your advice. Yes, subsidy the government is giving.
No, I think that, see, any entrepreneur, must invest 10% of their time to try something new. Okay.
Okay.
Always. Try 10% of your time to try something new. Okay.
All right.
Okay. When I say 5-10%, there is a caveat to that. Okay. Where you just try and then see, because see, any learnings, if you capture yourself firsthand, that's where you become rooted to the idea to see whether you wanted to, incrementally do things. Okay. So
Yes.
if you take one market, see, if you want to try anything new, you got to be physically there in this market. You can't be in Chandigarh and do something in Gurgaon. Cannot, nayoga. Not possible.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay?
that's it.
Okay, not possible. So if you want to try something where 5 to 10% devote time, 5 to 10% cost, try this in a very incremental manner to see whether if it works. And if it can work for your demography for about 10, 50, 100 customers, then you try to do for 1,000 customers, right? I mean, 500,000 customers, then 5,000 customers like that, okay? In electric vehicles particularly, there are many, many myths because you see, a lot of people today are not localized components. It's all still imported, right?
Yes,
The
I
imported,
agree that.
Yeah, in the imported part, how can you accept, how can you expect 100% quality, right? Because you are not the manufacturer, so you don't have a wherewithal to understand which part, etc., etc., etc. You're still at the mercy of the manufacturer, isn't it? So when you're at the mercy of the manufacturer, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to be able to structure a business model where you don't have full control. So you better try incrementally, okay? I want to tell you 8 keywords, okay, when you're trying something new, okay? Mahatria will tell this, okay? Small beginning,
Okay.
incremental improvement,
Okay.
sustained progress, monumental possibilities. These 8 words were very important. I tell you one more time. Small beginning,
1 second.
incremental improvement,
Okay.
sustained progress, monumental possibilities. Okay. Anything what you try, small, started small. Okay. And incrementally improve what you're trying to do. Right. Sustain that progress what you've made. Right. And then comes monumental possibility. Okay. So for all this, your focus is going to be the factor that will differentiate whether you can sustain in these 4 phases. Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can we close Q&A session? We have
Ma'am, I
got
have
10.
one question, ma'am.
Last question. Yeah, go ahead, Valli. Last question. Yeah.
Please, yeah.
Ma'am, it was a wonderful session. More than a wonderful session, it's an inspired session for me. Thank you for the team to organize this session. The thing is, like, ma'am, I'm a budding woman entrepreneur. So I have a doubt by inviting the investors. If we investors invite pandrona, is that a good thing or bad thing? Investors ulla varadu good thing. Abhi, okay, yes, we can invite investors abhina. What are the key points we have to look into them?
ஒரு business நீங்க பண்றப்ப முதல்ல அந்த businessல வந்து if already you are doing something, whether the business is making money or not. That's a first consideration. Okay. Now that means it is already making money. That means viability is established and you have been able to sustain the business. Okay. Correct? No.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
இப்போ அது ரெண்டும் வந்து given, right? நீங்க viability இருப்பீங்க, நீங்க sustain பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க, நீங்க businessல you are actually able to make some money. அது வந்து அந்த assumption எடுத்துக்கலாமா?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. If you are taking that assumption, then you want to scale the business, right? When you want to scale the business, you want to see which markets that you want to attract. Correct? No? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
என்னோட ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் நான் எங்கெல்லாம் கொண்டு போவேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. So நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, right? Before even looking at investor money and all that, confusing your mind, because mind, I told you, monkey mind, right? You will think that, an external customer, an investor will come and give you money and will scale you. Cannot. Because the moment the investor comes into your company, right, you would be then have to listen to what he says. Correct? So, whilst investor is good to have, but whether it is must to have ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு நீங்க பாத்துக்கணும். எப்படி பாப்பீங்க? நான் அடுத்தது என்ன பண்ண போறேன், நான் இப்ப ஸ்கேல் பண்றதா நான் என்னென்ன பண்ணணும், ரைட்டா? இப்ப என்னோட டர்ன் ஓவர் எக்ஸா இருக்கு, அதை நான் 2x பண்ண போறேன். நான் 2x பண்றப்ப எந்தெந்த மார்க்கெட் நான் வந்து அட்டாக் பண்ண போறேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு நீங்க அதுல உட்காந்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு ஒரு 2-3 மாசம் தெரிஞ்சு போயிடும், ஐயா பணமே வேண்டாம் நானே பண்ணிட்டு போயிடுவேன்னு உங்களுக்கு தோணும், ரைட்டா? அந்த ப்ராப்ளம் என்னன்னா அந்த 2-3 மாசம் நம்ம உட்கார்றது கிடையாது. யூ டோன்ட் சிட் எந்த which market, which product, which customer, அவங்களோட buying behavior என்ன, அவங்களோட characteristics என்ன, எந்த மொமெண்ட்ல they will open their purse and swipe the card to buy your product. இதெல்லாம் நீங்க வந்து கம்ப்ளீட்டா அனலைஸ் பண்ணுது ரொம்ப டஃப் வேலைமா, இது ரொம்ப ஈஸி கிடையாது, ரைட்டா? இதுக்கு ஒரு இன்டர்ன் வச்சுக்கணும், ஒரு மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வச்சுக்கிட்டு எல்லா டேட்டாவை எடுத்து கம்ப்ளீட்டா அனலைஸ் பண்ணணும். நீங்க அனலைஸ் பண்ணிட்டு நான் பண்ண போறேன், எனக்கு இந்த மார்க்கெட் பண்ணலாம், இதுக்கு வந்து எனக்கு இது பண்ணணும்னா எனக்கு இவ்வளவு கேஷ் வேணும், ரைட்டா? அந்த கேஷ் எதுக்கு வேணும்? either you want to have the inventory for the product, right? Or
yes,
it's going to be a service. You have to build an extension to the service. That means IT investment இருக்கும், ரைட்டா? சோ இந்த மாதிரி வந்து என்னென்ன இன்வெஸ்ட்மென்ட் வேணுமோ நீங்க எடுத்துக்கணும். ப்ராடக்ட்க்கு இவ்வளவு ஆகுது, மார்க்கெட் டெவலப்மெண்ட்க்கு இவ்வளவு வேணும், ரைட்டா? அப்புறம் இன்வென்டரிக்கு இவ்வளவு வேணும், அதுக்கப்புறம் சேல்ஸ் பர்சன் செல் பண்றதுக்கு வேணும். நீங்க வந்து நீங்க அதை டிவைட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா it will be very very good for you to be able to have a very clear road map, ரைட்டா? சோ உங்களோட இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் நீங்க பண்றது ஃபர்ஸ்ட். செகண்ட் வந்து you can go for an angel investor. ஓகே, நீங்க எத்தனை வருஷம் பண்றீங்கன்னு தெரியல, ரைட்டா? ஏஞ்சல் இன்வெஸ்டர் தான் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, இவங்க வந்து anywhere between 20, 40, 60, 1 crore they can easily give. Angel investor, okay? Chennai you can become a member, and then if your idea is very good, there will be people who are willing to be giving you 10-20 lakhs, okay? Now இந்த 10-20 lakhs வச்சு நீங்க ஸ்கேல் பண்ணிட்டீங்கனாலே உங்களுக்கு அடுத்த பெரிய பணம் வேணுமா தெரியும். சோ இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் வந்து 4 ஸ்டேஜ் இருக்கு. Once you as an entrepreneur invest your own money. Second, you go to a bank and get collateral free creditor. Okay, அது ரொம்ப ஈஸி. உங்களுக்கு பணமே வெளியில எடுக்க வேண்டாம், ரைட்டா? பேங்க்ல இப்ப அவ்வளவு அருமையான ஸ்கீம்ஸ் இருக்கு. எனக்குலாம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 3-4 வருஷத்துல அந்த பேங்க்ல கொடுத்த 2 கோடியை வச்சு நான் 10 கோடி டர்ன் ஓவர் பண்ணேன், ரைட்டா? கஷ்டம் தான், இல்லைன்னு சொல்லல, ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கஷ்டம், ரைட்டா? அப்கோர்ஸ் எங்க பேரண்ட் கம்பெனி கொஞ்சம் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன் ஒர்க்கிங் கேபிட்டலுக்கு. பட் இது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். பேங்க் லோன். தேர்ட் வந்து வில் கோ டு சீட் ஏஞ்சல் மணி, ரைட்டா? seed money na they will give roughly about anywhere between 30, 40, 50 lakhs, 1 crore அந்த மாதிரி, ரைட்டா? அதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் வெஞ்சர் கேபிட்டல் எப்போ வருவாங்க, உங்க டர்ன் ஓவர் வந்து ஒரு 10-20 கோடி இருக்குது, they want to come உங்களை ஸ்கேல் பண்ண வருவாங்க, ரைட்டா? அது வெஞ்சர் கேபிட்டல் ஸ்டேஜ். அப்புறம் 5வது தான் வந்து பிரைவேட் ஈக்விட்டி ஸ்டேஜ். நீங்க 100 கோடி பண்ணிட்டீங்க, உங்களை 500 கோடி பண்றதுக்கு அவங்க வருவாங்க. சோ 5 கட்டங்கள் இருக்கு ஃபண்ட் ரைஸ் பண்றதுக்கு. அதனால ஃபண்ட் ரைஸ் பண்ற மாயால போய் சிக்கிக்காதீங்க, ரைட்டா? உங்களுக்கு தில் இருக்கா, கட்ஸ் இருக்கா, உங்களால பிளான் பண்ண முடியுமா? கண்டிப்பா நீங்களே ஃபண்ட்ஸ் ஜெனரேட் பண்ண முடியும், ரைட்டா? கஸ்டமர் கிட்ட இருந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நீங்க ஜெனரேட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா அதோட வேற என்ன வேணும், ரைட்டா? Always if you are able to give the service to customer and collect the money from upfront, you are able to rotate money with the customer's money, right? அதுதான் நம்ம பண்ணணும், ரைட்டா? அது பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வெளிய இருந்து பணமே தேவையில்லை, கண்ட்ரோல் உங்க கையில இருக்கணும். பட் ஆஃப் கோர்ஸ் ஒரு அட்வைஸ் வள்ளி உங்களுக்கு என்னன்னா, you need very very good mentors, ரைட்டா? உங்களுக்கு வந்து என்னைய வந்து ஷேப் பண்ணவங்க என்னோட mentors. I had fantastic phenomenal mentors, okay? And all of them used to pick up my call. 2 rings they will pick up my call. அது என்ன ஒரு வரம் பாத்தீங்களா, right? And why would they pick up my call in 2 rings? Because they know that this lady will not waste my time. She has thought through what she wanted to ask, and when I give something, she will just apply her mind and she will make the decision. Okay? You don't want your mentors to come and influence you. You want non-prescriptive mentors. Okay? You want people who will only diagnose. They don't want to give prescription to you. Correct? The moment they prescribe, I think you will only get more confused, because it's your venture, your baby, only you should decide. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
All the very best. Yeah, thank you very much, CK. Thank you very much, Vidya. I have another meeting. Okay, so I have to leave. So all the very best for your meeting. Thank you, CK. Na varen, Tiruvannamala varen.
Welcome to Tiruvannamala.
Kandipa varen. Okay, thank you so much. Namaskar. Thank you.